All right, welcome to day 7, UA 2018.
Yay!
Our final day, it is a wheeling day.
All good things must come to an end, and so it goes for the last day of Ultimate Adventure. After a much-needed hotel night in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, we're headed about 45 minutes up the road to one of the biggest off-road parks in the country with top-notch facilities to match. This also serves as a parts stop for Warren's Corby Phillips.
So, thanks to the great network of lovely people in the Jeep world, we have a windshield now for the drive home, and it's even black to match the Project Gold member. So, we're good to go. Mr. Craig Jarris came up and brought it to us. Thank you, Craig.
No problem.
After airing down for the final time, the group fell in line behind the local trail guide to find out what the Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area had in store for us.
Hello, I'm Steve Riss from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Today I have the Ultimate Adventure wheeling in Shamokin, Pennsylvania at the Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area. We're going to be playing on the rocks today because this old boy, he don't like mud.
AOAA has one of the more interesting stories about how it came an off-road park. I'm here with Dave Porzy. Dave is the Director of Operations here at AOAA. Tell us a little bit about the park and how it got started.
It got started roughly for a couple people about 20 years ago. It was an idea, and there's a few gentlemen that were looking at property and couldn't figure out who owned it. And they kept going down to the tax offices and kept seeing CC on these tax parcels, and they were wondering what coal company had owned it. And finally, after being persistent, trying to find out who owned this property, a lady in the tax office came out and said, "Oh, that's all county commissioner property." And they came up with a plan. Some county commissioners came in and realized that this whole project could be an economic engine for the areas. Now, this is a way to boost our economy through off-road, motorized, responsible recreation.
First up was Barney Rubble, a boulder-strewn ravine that was a rock crawler's paradise. Not without its frustrating bits, though.
I don't know. Let's see what happens if I can drive out of this. Yeah. That was fun. A little bit frustrating because we wouldn't climb, and then I realized that I didn't have the rear locking differential turned on. And that'll do it.
Dana's Randall Spear has the historic honor of being the first person to bring a Wrangler JL on Ultimate Adventure.
Woo! I love the rock garden. These Advantech axles are lock.
Like the Flintstones, there are rocks, rocks, and more rocks.
He's doing great. He's a talented man. I couldn't get through all this stuff in that big beast. It's a big truck. He's a good driver.
In these type of boulders and rock gardens on the hills, a good suspension system really helps so they can articulate as much as needed. You need a good soft coil rate, but not too soft. And it's got to hold up going from full stretch to full coil bind. And it allows you to kind of hop over some of these rocks or real slow crawl if you need to.
Next up was the M Trail, with even bigger rocks and more awesomeness. Now, the Range Rover was not without issues during the week, but for a fresh build, it was remarkably trouble-free and very capable. By the last day, everyone was fully in the UA groove and making excellent progress, thanks in part to the first try conditions of the entire week. Despite being from all different parts of the country, everyone seems right at home in the rocks.
This park's pretty interesting. It has some interesting terrain. It's got a bunch of nice rolly rocky thingies and diff hangers all over the place. Definitely a lot of varied terrain. Not too much mud though. It's kind of nice. I like that.
At this point in the game, the UA is a well-oiled machine, with spotters helping their drivers, even if it's from the passenger seat.
Driver a little bit.
After excellent progress and very little drama on the first 3 or 4 trails we hit, it was time to ratchet things up a notch. We were headed to Screamin' Jimmy Hill for some more wheeling and some shenanigans.
Hello, my name is Sir Vernwood. I'm the King of England, and this is the Black Knight. We're going to charge the hill.
That is a tight trail, and it was all off camber, all steep, all loose, all rock.
Well, here we are in Screamin' Jimmy Hill, and it's gonna definitely take some momentum. Not a lot of momentum, but just a little bit of momentum to get up all these rocks. The key is to not be in the center of the trail. You actually want to be offside one way or the other to keep your tires on the rocks in the middle.
And there were big boulders. At one point in time, I diffed on a boulder at the bottom about the size of a Volkswagen. I'm pretty sure I saw the emblem, and it was pulling it back, but awesome. We made it up, no winching. It's been a phenomenal day out here.
All right, 3 down. Screamin' Jimmy Hill was the perfect UA trail, challenging for everyone, but conquerable with some work. Chris Durham has never been afraid of the throttle. And neither has Randall Whiskey Throttle Spreer, the self-appointed strength tester for Dana's new Advantech axles. Score Randall 1, Screamin' Jimmy 0. Reader Rick Prater had a great week. Very little breakage, and best of all, that classic Willie sheet metal survived mostly intact. Stephen Watson proves that there's not much throttle necessary when you have the right combination of wheelbase, suspension, and magnum gearing.
That was a great trail, keeping some momentum, good articulation, but some throttle helps bounce it up over the rocks. I mean, we're just killing it, loving it.
A hard roll would take the wind out of most people's sails, but not Corby Phillips and Fred Berry. These guys just kept right on trucking.
Yeah, Trent McGee has done an excellent job picking the trails and keeping the group together. The whole four-wheel and off-road crew, camera crew has been great. Just a great group of guys to be out here in the wilderness with.
Is fun. You know, these reclaimed coal mines are cool because it's using land that was otherwise used for something else, and now we're up here having fun on it, and I love the rock on these. They're just fun to wheel on.
Yeah, we just come up this last trail, maybe the last trail today, don't know, maybe have one more, but good left to right trail, big rocks in the middle. The tires hooked up great. They were amazing how they stuck on the rocks. My driving skills would be questionable, but as far as the equipment, great. Worked out fine.
This park is rad. It's totally big boulders and loose dirt, and not having to kind of bump it quite as hard. You can roll most of the trails and rocks if you keep your diffs out of them. That obstacle right there was pretty cool. On to the next one.
Trent did this pre-run and really did a good job, but just between the trails, which were all amazing parks and properties, the scenery we saw was unbeatable.
With trail leader Rick Payway in view, we knew that the last of the group had made it up the hill.
All right, we're here, day 7, UA 2018, and it's been an absolutely fantastic trip. Want to say thank you to Four Wheel and Off-Road for putting on a fantastic trip this year. We saw lots of different terrain, and it's been great. Tons of fun and great people, so thank you guys.
So
if somebody wanted to visit the park or get more information, where would they go?
They would go to AOAAtrails.com. We're also on Instagram and on Facebook.
Awesome. Dave, this place is absolutely incredible. Thanks so much for having us.
Thank you guys for coming. We appreciate it.
So that's a wrap on UA 2018. If you want a chance to be a part of UA 2019, go to fourwheeler.com/ultimate-adventure. Can't come if you don't apply.
All right, this last trail is called Upper Anthracite. And as you can see here, it's pretty tight. I mean, I'm not sure we're going to be a wise move to send the full sizes through, but some of these more compact ones, just enough room.
A little too tight for the wagon. Won't fit. We tried 3 times. Time to go around.
It's tight.
Very good. Verily you have driven the orange double-headed dragon up the hill. Very good.